ManicPanic has prided itself on leading the color revolution since 1977. If you check out their website, you'll see registered trademarks such as guilt-free glamour and color with a conscience. For almost 50 years, they have attracted an audience that aligns themselves largely with what you might call punk values. Punk since forever. So what happens when the use of AI is unmistakable in their recently launched gel hair color line? Customers give a mix of reactions and explanations to varying degrees of politeness as to why they believe the use of AI is antithetical to what ManicPanic stands for. And on ManicPanic side of things, some backpedaling, some extremely strange comments, a dash of maggot-coded guilt tripping, unprofessionalism, and some comment about gay people. I don't know. But don't worry in case they delete it because I have screenshots. And in the spirit of trying not to depress us all, I'm also going to talk about what I would have done to prevent this, what I would have done to address this, and what I think, in my professional opinion, ManicPanic can do to repair its image as a brand, even though you and I both know they won't listen to me. Let's get into it. Punk since forever. What does that mean? Punk is at its core anti-establishment, period. There's no way around it because that's what it is. That's what the punk is, and it's not gatekeeping if it's the premise. So when AI contributes to ecological destruction at an alarming rate, those of us who align ourselves with what you might call punk values are called to a higher standard. And frankly, the standard is not very high. It's very easy. So when people align themselves with the standard of being anti-establishment, they might be inclined to stay loyal to their favorite hair dye brand, the one that intentionally advertises itself as punk since forever. If they see that same brand using ugly AI to promote their new product line, it doesn't take a marketing genius to figure out that limbo dancing with the devil in hell is not exactly going to go over well with the exact crowd that is marketed towards. And their comments reflect pretty much exactly that. Look, it is just not profitable to try and foster human connection using a machine that is faulty and soulless. It is the visual incarnation of shortcuts being taken. But it's a little perplexing as to why a punk brand did not have anyone on their team to stop this prior to rollout. Isn't marketing supposed to, sales go up, number up good? Yeah? I mean, what would I know? Let's look at the packaging here. Are we feeling enhanced? Is this doing anything for you? What does this tell you other than this is not an actual image of how their product looks on a human head? Okay. And genuinely, this PR nightmare they're in right now could have been recouped so quickly if it were not for the replies. My God, the replies. Divas, let's take a look. An anti-AI GIF. I'm not saying GIF, I'm saying GIF. And also, in middle school, I used to say GIF, lol. But anyway, okay, so an anti-AI GIF. ManicPanic responds, who is Al, and what did they do to you? And then, continuing with the Al theme, somebody posted that the use of AI in alternative branding is not okay. And ManicPanic responded, great, with 4 dots. You just go Albert out from underneath their desk, and you had to say that, ... upside down smiley face. And this right here, this one is the one that I read and I instantly knew that we were going to talk about this here. Stop deleting comments. We have a right to hate AI. I thought we all had a right to love who we wanted. Rainbow emoji. What possessed you to start rage baiting people right now? What's happening here? Come on. What's happening here? Okay, if I'm the CEO of ManicPanic right now, you're fired. Be gone from my site, be gone from my brand, be gone from my public image. Whoever the fuck wrote that god-awful comment or installed an AI chatbot to respond to people during this specific moment, goodbye. And I don't know if this pinned comment was also written by AI, but considering the circumstances, don't you agree that it seems a little fishy? I don't know. I just read this and immediately flagged it as being written by AI on a post about how they're receiving backlash for using AI, so let me know what you think in the comments. I will respond. Again, isn't marketing supposed to increase enthusiasm for your product? And don't you have a lot of super gay customers supporting you because of how much they believed in certain things? I don't know. What would I know? Their comment sections are now full of people listing the alternative, vegan, cruelty-free hair dye brands that they're switching to, such as Good Dye Young, which you all know is my #1 go-to. And it was at this point in the several hours that I spent researching and writing the script for this video that Tish and Snooky made a statement. Woo! So they posted this, which you can pause to read if you would like, but it's not very substantive, nor is it any actual acknowledgement of mismanagement from the company other than, well, we put a lot of thought into the prompts. We'll think about it, yeah. It's giving Mama Let's Research. It's giving Mama Let's Research, and if I was Don Jr., I would do a little on camera, and I would call this a nothing burger because it says nothing, stands for nothing, really does nothing. I didn't write it. And just as an aside, I personally don't trust a brand very much that is willing to take shortcuts with their public image, because who is to say that shortcuts are not being taken behind the scenes as well that we can't see? I don't know. Just my thoughts. I don't use ManicPanic. I am not trying to assign malice where ignorance could equally be just as true, so I'm not going to say that Tish and Snooky are intentionally trying to pull a fast one over their customers. However, at the end of the day, this is their company, and their statement fails to address a lot of concerns that customers are bringing up. So let's talk about what I would have done instead. First of all, whoever was in charge of responding to comments would need to go, because the only reason you're seeing this video right now, the only reason there are however many views there are on this video, is because of the god-awful comments. And the only reason that I know about this is because of 2 posts by Go Quaff Yourself on Instagram, which I will link in the description below. I also did get their permission to credit them with informing me today, and they talked about getting repeated video calls from the official ManicPanic NYC page. Even after stating several times that they were not available, they continued to get repeated video calls from the official page that has almost 500,000 followers. And my question is, how did we get here? How did it get to this point? Did ManicPanic fail to die a hero and live long enough to sell out and see itself become the villain? I don't know, but I know that I hardly care to read a wall of text about how your company is women-owned right now. And here's what I would have done instead. Initially, to avoid the whole backlash in the first place. Okay, as someone who has been doing digital design and marketing since they were a literal child, and as someone who managed to land a paid social media gig only a few short months after they escaped the cult they grew up in, I got game. I'll link the playlist above about the cult stuff at this point. It's unavoidable lore at this point. That's not what this video is about. The point being, I know ball. If you have a specific intergalactic or galaxy look that you're going for, but you also wanted to avoid losing loyal customers, you could find models that look similar enough to the final look you were going for. If you take those images and put them into Adobe Photoshop, you can use the cut around tool around the profile of the person and put that on the box. Listen, if I'm a diehard ManicPanic fan, I want to have my confidence restored in the punk values and business ethics that I stand for from my favorite hair dye company. So, if I was their PR manager, here's what I would have written instead as the statement following the backlash. Hey mamas, we messed up. Several comments were made from the official ManicPanic NYC page that were inappropriate, including over DMs. This person is already no longer working for the company, and we are sorry to have broken your trust. Going forward, ManicPanic will be 100% human designed, human made, and human loved. We appreciate your input as we work to make changes to reconnect ourselves with the punk values we have stood for nearly 50 years. XOXO, ManicPanic CEO, me. Babe, do we see how that is literally 8 sentences? I'm including hey mamas as one of the sentences. Do we see how you can admit to the wrongdoing without even having to blame this on the company as a whole? You can frame the criticisms you're receiving as a positive just by being honest with your consumers. I purposely chose the word reconnect in my mock PR statement because in a world that's getting faster every day, staying informed is a choice you make every day. You want to stay close to where the scene's heart is at so that you don't get left behind. I thought using the word reconnect would be just one way of staying true to the punk since forever tag. It's kind of like saying, hey, after 50 years, we're still driving the same car, but the wheels needed realignment, so thank you. People want to see somebody stand for something nowadays when we are losing human connection and we are losing third spaces. So when people invest in your company because you advertise yourself as being held to a higher standard, and then you fail to meet that standard, obviously they're gonna look at their phone and go, be for real right now, I'm not buying it. No pun intended. And if you don't take responsibility for the inappropriate behavior, what's going to change? What ManicPanic has done is essentially reveal themselves to be a company that has lost touch with what it means to be anti-establishment and pro-environment. And honestly, I don't see them coming back from this. Can we even consider them to be vegan and cruelty-free anymore? AI is hurting the planet the animals live on. ManicPanic, you advertise a vegan product and then you packaged it in leather. So, if I had to guess, based on them even being in this multi-step predicament in the first place. Manic Panic will probably continue to double down, delete comments, and partner with stores like Target, which we are boycotting, by the way. It's clear to me that they do not have people working for them who understand the gravity of the public image problem they have just walked themselves into, nor do they have someone on their social media team who is addressing the public in an appropriate manner. I didn't even cover everything that happened. You can definitely check out those posts by Go Quaff Yourself, which again, I will link in the description below. That's the only reason you're seeing this video. But again, I did not cover everything that happened in this video. There is more. And to all that, I say, Manic Panic, hire me. For only $9.99, I will write you a brand new PR statement that you can use or authorize use for the one that I've already written. Think about it. You can get back to me. I'll have your girl call my girl. I don't have a girl, but you can comment down below, bitch. I'm actually very proud of everything that I've said today. I had some bars, I had some bangers in there for sure. I think I articulated myself very well. It's clear to my audience that this is something that I care about. I care about being anti-establishment. I care about the environment. I care about holding myself to a higher standard than what? MAGA? I mean, come on. It's so easy to be punk rock because being punk is something that is supposed to be accessible to us all. We all have it within us to just be honest, be compassionate, be real, be anti-establishment. Even when it's imperfect, just this showing up part is punk. And that's why I believe in me. I believe in the rest of you watching this because I know that punk is not ever going to be something you have to shop for at Target. Rebellion is not a t-shirt you sell. It comes from me and you. And if I can be petty for just one moment, I think that their hair dye stained my hand for longer than it ever stained my hair.